Good morning, everyone. Christ is born. Glorify him. And also a happy and blessed New Year to everyone. If someone gave you new clothes, you would most certainly be happy. And if somebody decided to give you a new car, you would get very excited. And if somebody decided to give you a brand new house, you would actually be hysterical. So getting new things always brings us great joy, and that is one of the reasons Christmas is such a happy time of year. In addition to all the new things you recently purchased, in the next week or two, you will receive at least one more new thing. It'll be something you did not have before and something that may be with you for a very long time. You're going to get a specially marked envelope announcing to you that in addition to all the new things you purchased, you now also have new bills. And you'll be the proud owner of some brand new debts. So congratulations on all your new purchases, your new bills, and also your new debts. This shows us that new things are not always good things. There is a story of a group of men who had a very important meeting, and they were all asked to turn off their cell phones and leave them in their jackets. But during the meeting, someone's cell phone went off, and one of the men quickly answered in a low voice, then left the meeting and said, "Sorry, honey, I can't talk right now." The woman on the phone said, "Don't worry, I just have a quick question. I was at the mall today and saw a beautiful dress. It is a bit expensive, but..." The man cut her off and said, "Sweetie, don't worry, just buy it. I gotta go." She was so surprised at his positive answer, so she said to him, "Honey, one other quick question. Before I left, I noticed a very nice gold collector's edition watch. I'm not sure how much it costs, but it looks so nice." And the man quickly cut her off again and said, "Sweetie, don't worry. Just buy it. I gotta go." "I promise I only have one more question," she said. "As I was driving home, our car was giving me some trouble. I went to the car dealership and the salesman said that there's a great deal on a brand new car with thousands of dollars of extras, outstanding features, and..." Cut her off and said, "Sweetie, don't worry. Just buy it. I'm in a very important meeting and I definitely have to go. Goodbye." She said, "Have a good meeting and try to be home by 6 because I'm going to prepare a very special dinner to celebrate all our new belongings." He hung up and then went back to the meeting and said, "Sorry guys, I just realized this is not my phone." But whoever phone this is, your wife has dinner ready for you. Make sure you're home by 6 o'clock. So we live with the joy of getting and giving new things. But we also live, unfortunately, with the delusion that these things may last a long time. Unfortunately, they don't. Things that are new may seem exciting for a while, but the happiness they bring us does not last very long, as all of us experience. In fact, most of the things we purchased has either made us fatter or given us a bigger debt. Usually, the joy we get from new things quickly turns to disappointment. That is why the Bible teaches us that we should be careful about becoming too happy when we acquire new food, new clothes, or any new items. The Bible even warns us about new friends that like us for the wrong reasons. For example, in Proverbs 19, verse 4, "Wealth brings many new friends, but a poor man is deserted by his friend." We all wish each other a happy new year. But what is happy and what is new about this year? If our happiness comes only from what we bought or received, then we will not have a lasting happiness. The Bible speaks of new things that we often overlook. For example, we find the phrase, a new song, 10 times in the Bible. Psalm 40, verse 3, He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. We also read in the book of Judith, I will sing to my God a new song. O Lord, you are great and glorious, wonderful and in strength invincible. So in this new year, we can all ask ourselves, what is our new song to the Lord? What new words or what new feelings of appreciation do we have for God? What new commitment do we have to something spiritual in our life? What new values will we have that will better reflect how much we love God? In addition to the new song that we can sing to God, which contains our joys, our sorrows, and other emotions, the Bible also encourages us to ask for a new heart and a new spirit. We read in Psalm 51, verse 10, Create in me a clean heart, O God, and put a new and right spirit within me. St. Paul also encourages us to rejoice in our new nature. Read in his letter to the Ephesians, Put off your old nature, which belongs to your former manner of life and is corrupt through deceitful lusts, and be renewed in the spirit of your minds, and put on the new nature, created after the likeness of God in true righteousness and holiness. Also, his letter to the Colossians tells us, Do not lie to one another, seeing that you have put off the old nature with its practices, and have put on the new nature, which is being renewed in knowledge after the image of its creator. The Bible teaches us that we are new because of who we are and not because of what we have. Finally, our faith reminds us that we are new because each and every one of us are ministers of a new covenant. We read in St. Paul's letter to the Corinthians, not that we are competent of ourselves to claim anything as coming from us. Our competence is from God, who has made us competent to be ministers of a new covenant, not in a written code, but in the Spirit. This new covenant is sometimes also called the New Testament. It is special because Jesus himself established it with his own body and blood, as we read in the Gospel of St. Luke. Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. And likewise the cup after supper, saying, This cup is poured out for you, is the new covenant in my blood. We sometimes focus on the new things that quickly wear out. But in this new year, Jesus wants to make our heart, soul, and mind new so that we can be worthy messengers of his new covenant. The man in the meeting whose phone rang went home to find new clothes, new jewelry, and perhaps a new car. All these new things did not make him new and did not bring him a new kind of joy. Even for us, we are not better off if we have new clothes, but we remain the same person. We are not better off if we have a new car, but continue to go in the same old direction. And we are not better off if we have a new house, but keep our same old negative attitudes in our homes. There will be nothing new about this year if we do not first commit to making ourselves new through prayer, through reading, through scripture, and actively trying to live our faith anew. In this new year, Jesus wants to give us a new heart. He wants to show us a new way, and he wants to remind us of a new commandment. The Gospel of St. John tells us, A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another even as I have loved you. When we find our faith in these ways, we will indeed be able to wish each other a happy new year, because our happiness will not be based on what we purchased, but who we are becoming as new and renewed men and women of a new faith.